What's up, everyone? Drew Snipes here with Beers and Gears, and in today's episode, we're going to do a review and demo of the Blackhole Reverb by Eventide. Check this thing out. So for my live board, I've decided to part ways with the Caverns by Keeley. This reverb pedal is absolutely amazing, and it really blows me away the quality of reverb that is coming off of this pedal. So it's definitely tough for me to let this go, get this off my pedal board, because this is amazing. The only downfall for the Keeley Caverns is lack of tunability. Without bending over on stage and turning all your knobs, you're kind of set with one setting, which is amazing. But I was kind of looking for something that was easily switchable, some programs, and something fun and exciting. So very sad to see the Keeley Caverns go. It is definitely not leaving my collection. This will definitely be staying with me forever. But that's kind of where the Blackhole comes in from Eventide. So I was looking for a replacement reverb with a lot of options on it, and I saw the Eventide pedal, and I was like, wow, that's really cool because it has 5 presets. That's pretty good, pretty awesome. And it's going to be awesome and simple because it's just a reverb pedal. So picked one up, used, came in the box, which is really sick. So I'm really excited to dive into this pedal today. So let's get over to the table, unbox this thing with how it came, and hear how it sounds. Really excited. All right, so let's unbox this thing. Bam. So there you go. The Blackhole by Eventide. We'll set that to the side. See what else comes in here. Awesome. So you get a power supply with the European adapters, which is really cool. That's interesting. What are these? These are interesting. So it looks like preset samples that you can put over top of the pedal. It's kind of goofy, but okay. Maybe we'll try some of this out in the video. Nice. This must have been brand new. This isn't even open. So you get yourself your Eventide sticker, a pick, rubber feet, and a manual. That is really exciting. Not bad. Alright, so let's hook this thing up. Check it out. So now I have it powered up. Let's go over some features and functions. Comes with 6 knobs. So you have your mix, your gravity, your feedback, size, low, and high, which is really cool. But then you have 5 of the knobs, which is also doubled. So you push your button here, and that is now going to be using your delay, Q, a depth, a rate, and an output level, which is really cool. So a lot of options, a lot of tuning ability for this thing. But then you talk about your presets, which is like a selling point for me. This is absolutely cool. So hit your freeze button and your active button, and now you're in preset 2, 3, 4, 5. That is so sick. Back to 1. So let's hook this thing up, go through the presets, and then we're going to try out some of these suggested ways to set the pedal. Let's go through that and have a good time with this thing. Check it out. Signal chain for the video is going to be the Epiphone Explorer, going into the pedal, into the front of the Marshall TSL 100, into the random cabinet beneath it with Eminence Legend speakers, mic'd up with a Shure SM57. I'm also going to add in later on in the video the Nemesis delay, because it's kind of how I'll be working the Eventide live, so I wanted to see how those two pair well with each other. So we're going to dive into that as well. Check this out. So now to go over to the functions of all the knobs on the pedal, a lot involved in this thing, which is really awesome. So starting from the bottom, you have the high, you have the low, you have the size. What the high is you get to boost and cut the 2000 hertz signal. So it's going to be more high end in your signal or less high end in your signal. Low is going to boost and cut that 350 hertz range. So how much low end is in your reverb and how much low end is not in your reverb, which I think is really cool because there's a lot of ability to dial in like what kind of reverb you want out of this pedal. Size is going to be the reverb space that it's going to take up from very little to a lot, which is really awesome. Feedback is very generic, how much reverb you're going to have, how long it's going to trail off. What gravity is, this is where this pedal is really cool. So it's a, you turn it all the way down and it's just a normal decay. So the way a reverb or delay for that matter always decays is starts big and gets lighter and lighter and lighter. This one, you turn the gravity all the way up and it actually inverses that. So you start light and you get louder and louder and louder for your reverb. That is really cool. I like that a lot. Mix, how much of the reverb is in your signal, plain and simple. And then we switch over to the secondary knobs and you get your Q. So the Q is a resonance of low-high filters. Q has no effect if knobs are set to the midpoint. So it's based off of your low-high section, which is really cool. You get delay, which is obviously just how much delay is in your signal. Depth, which is how deep and chorusy the pedal is going to sound. Rate, how fast the reverb is going to trail. And then your output level, just output of the total pedal in general. So a lot of features and a lot of functions. So now what I want to do is we're going to add in the Nemesis delay. And I'm kind of wanted to run this as a stereo. So we're going to do 2 outs on the Blackhole with the Nemesis going into the Blackhole. This is going to be really awesome. So signal chain for this is going to be the pedals going into the front of the Marshall DSL 100 into the random cabinet beneath it, mic'd up with a Shure SM57. And then we're going to stereo it off into the Orange Crush Pro 120 going into the Crate Celestion loaded cabinet, mic'd up in the Audio Technica ATM 41. Just kind of give it some space. This is going to be pretty cool. Check it out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to dive into these presets that came with the pedal. This should be interesting. Check it out. So final thoughts on the Blackhole Reverb by Eventide. This thing is absolutely amazing. I mean, if there's one pedal that's going to make me not miss the Keeley Caverns on my board, I think it's going to be this thing. This is exceptional. Absolutely awesome sounds coming out of this thing. I love the preset function and how easy it is to switch between them. And the reverbs coming off this were fantastic. Absolutely beautiful reverbs. Really, really awesome. I mean, even with the delay, you kind of don't even need the Nemesis. Everything's in this pedal. This is pretty awesome. Really, really blown away by how good this is. Wow. Just really, really cool. A lot of just great sounds coming out of this. Really, really awesome. And with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe and do all that fun YouTube stuff. Greatly do appreciate it. It means the world to me to watch my subscriber count continue to go up. So if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm putting videos out every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for Metal to the Pedal Saturday / Pedal Mosh Pit, 2 video series, which I'm really excited to continue to do. Definitely appreciate the support for the channel and supporting those 2 series, which is really awesome. Also, a shout out to the Tuning Drunk Club. If you'd like to join the Tuning Drunk Club, link will be down in the description. What you get with this is early access to my videos, as well as a Thursday night blooper reel of all the mistakes I've made while recording these videos. And with that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next one, this is Drew Snipes of Beers and Gears. This is the Blackhole by Eventide. This is the Epiphone Explorer. This guitar is freaking amazing. Marshall DSL 100. Orange Crush Pro 120. We need to get that on the channel more. Until the next one, Drew Snipes out.